Unfortunately, in America especially, our society is just fucking pumping us full of food that is not helpful for the body to lose body fat. You're basically going the wrong direction eating an average American diet because it's processed. So here's what you got to do. Ultimately, lose some body fat quickly and feel good and not worry about suffering. This is what you got to do. I mean, I help people all the time as cardio is an option. No cardio required. Never hungry. Because when you give the body what it wants, it will choose to get rid of the fucking body fat. When you are eating nothing but processed food, your body's always in need. So it's in an instinct of survival, which means it's going to hold body fat because it's in survival mode. When you give it what it needs in terms of good whole foods with plenty of macro/micronutrients, hence micronutrients, body gets happy. When the body gets happy, it doesn't feel like it has to conserve, doesn't feel like it has to store body fat. Now that's the easy step. Get rid of the fucking processed food, including fucking protein powder. Now, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to take your food and you're gonna need to make sure you're eating at least 5 times a day. That's a minimum. You could do 3 meals and 2 snacks if you needed to, but you've got to make sure you're eating regularly. You got to make sure you're hydrating regularly. So those are 2 very, very important factors. Now we've got to give you a few more details about both of those. So in terms of eating properly and eating whole foods, not processed foods, you want to make sure that the primary macronutrient is going to be a protein, not protein powders, real fucking food. The next macro would be fat, and I'm not talking shitty fat, I'm talking essential fat only. Avocados, almonds, things like this, okay? Then you're gonna need to make sure, if you're a carbohydrate user, that you're using carbohydrate as the minimum of the 3, and eat this shit fucking last. So eat your protein, then your fat, then your carbohydrate. Now, if you're using green carbohydrate, fibrous carbohydrate, doesn't matter. But the bottom line is you got to understand is that you have to basically give the body what it wants to get it out of that mode of conservation. So it will start to, once it's happy, it doesn't want to fucking carry around fucking body fat. Compared to a human being that's fucking, broke all the time. He's got to save. Now you got a fucking person who's a trust fund baby and he gets, $100,000 a month. He's not fucking saving anything. Well, your body's the same way. If you're fucking filling a processed food, not eating properly, it's always at a shortage. You give it what it wants, it feels, when I say the surplus, I'm not talking calorie, I'm talking micronutrient surplus. It gets happy real quick. Oh, little cameo appearance behind me. Gets happy real quick, and then the body will start to drop that fucking body fat. And you're eating 5 times a day. You want to lose some fucking body fat? Give this a try. I know it's fucking a lot of information. It's pretty rough cut, but if you can deal with some of these principles, you're going to have some serious success. And you have some serious success with just this. Imagine what it would be like if you really fucking understand what you're doing. Get out there and fucking make a change, my peeps. Rock and roll.